Hello, this is Chris Youngblood over at NerdRabbit. I'm really excited today to present to you our newest and biggest really addition of 2022 to the Nerdly platform. This is our new homepage. It's going to be more of a dashboard view so that our users can really keep a closer eye on all the different things they have going on inside Nerdly. So, just to give you a quick run through of what you can do inside this, first, you'll be able to edit your profile from this page with this pencil icon up in the top left box. If you look down, you can also click in to view ratings you have given and ratings you've received. You can also see some topical info that you have provided about your company for your profile, just so you can always keep track of that. The next part of the dashboard to the right is the engagements panel. This is going to let you track the current engagements that you are working on right now. That's obviously important as you have timesheets that are coming in, as you are trying to track your projects and the progress that is being made on those. So from this page, first and foremost, you're going to have some basic functionality in a drop down here, which is if you click those three dots there. You can add hours to the project if you find you've used all the hours that you've purchased up to that point. You can always go and review your timesheet page from here to approve any timesheets that have been sent to you. You can view your transaction history. Obviously, as you add hours, you're going to be spending more on this project, so you always might want to review that, as well as opening a chat with this specific nerd that you've brought on for this project, because communication is always key in finishing these. Past what you can access from the dashboard, you can always click View to go and actually look at the specific project that you have going on here and manage everything else from here, as well as video calls and ending your engagement if you find that you need to switch to another nerd. Now, going back to the dashboard, the next panel to the right of the Engagements tab is the Recent Transactions tab. Every time you make a purchase, you obviously are spending a little bit, so you might want to keep tabs on the most recent purchases that have been made. So first, you'll see the top 5. You can always extend that a little bit until you get to about 15 transactions, but if you find yourself going further, you can always click this tab to go view all your transactions. Now, going all the way back over to the left, we have the Interviews tab. This is where you're going to be able to manage the interviews that you have coming up. You're always going to see some interviews that you are going to have coming up on the day. When you are actually at the time of the interview, you will receive a button right here to the right of the interview details that will say Join. When you click that, it will take you right into the interview link. You also can always click into the interviews page. As you see, we have an Attend Meeting button that's grayed out, and until the time of day comes that this interview is occurring, that is going to stay grayed out, just to ensure that our users are able to successfully get into interviews and have those active together as they want to have these conversations. Now, going back to the homepage, the next tab over, My Opportunities. As you have open roles, you're going to have people applying to those. You're going to have a lot of communication going back and forth. So this is a tab that's going to let you keep track of that. Now, going in here, you're always going to see a drop down that has some of the familiar options for opportunities, editing your opening, republishing that so you can show up at the top of the most recently created jobs in our system, always viewing the interviews that you have scheduled for that job, seeing candidates that you have for the job, anyone who's applied, obviously, as well as the ability to share that. You might have anyone you're talking to who you want to give that link to, just to make it easy for them to apply. Next, as you're doing your searching through our site, many people do save favorite and nerds just to keep tabs on those. So as you can see, anyone you favorited is going to be visible on this dashboard. Anyone who you have an accepted chat request from is going to present their name as well as their username. And anyone who still has not accepted your chat request is just going to have their Rabbit username there. Now, last, we have services right here in the middle and at the bottom. So anytime you're applying to services and you want to keep track of that, you're going to be able to view that here. So once again, another drop down on those 3 dots where you can go and edit your service application or look at any offers that have been given or received for that service, as well as looking at the details of the application that you have, how many hours you requested this to be in, as well as the rate that you've offered for that. So this is our new homepage. The very last thing that has changed is our chat, because in the previous homepage, we had a contacts page. We have consolidated that into our chat bar. So first, you're going to see some general contact details on the nerds that you're talking to, as well as any corporate NerdHerder team members that you may have invited into your team. If you want to organize that, you can also open this to the contacts menu view where it'll separate your contacts between your team as well as all the nerd contacts that you've made along the way. So that's really the last major change that has come with this most recent deployment. We're really looking forward to adding a bunch of other design changes to pages like My Opportunities and applications in the next few months. But in the meantime, if you ever have questions about how you can get the best use of Nerdly, always reach out to us on our support line. You can do that through the tab right up here at the top with the Sheldon picture, where you'll see support, or you can just ask Sheldon to file a support ticket and he can help you with that as well. Otherwise, until we do another major deployment, I hope you guys can stay nerdy.